Hi guys, so yes, you know what this is going to be, right? This is going to be the 5 things that the Spider-Man Homecoming crew of making the movie needs to do in order to make a fucking good movie, an awesome movie. Or maybe they are going to have a very good movie and it's actually not going to have any of this. Or maybe the other way around, it's going to follow everything I say, but it's actually going to be a fucking shit movie. So yeah, basically. I'm going to say like 5 things that in my opinion are going to make this a better movie. So please, I hope you get a kick out of this and I hope you enjoy and let's start. So first thing, we have to have a very good Spider-Man and Peter Parker. And I mean, in the other movies, or we had a very good Peter Parker or we had a really good Spider-Man. Although I personally like both for very different reasons. So yeah, we have to have very good Peter Parker in the sense that we see him like getting a little bit bullied. I hope he's kind of sarcastic still, like in the Spectacular Spider-Man. But then we have to have like a Spider-Man that's actually really fucking funny. Like he's always making jokes. He's really cool. I really hope we have that. And by the way, if I'm swearing too much today, it's because I have like had a bit of a Red Bull, and I hope that well, and I hope that like YouTube doesn't censor me or whatever. So with all the new rules and stuff. So yeah, we have to have a really good like Spider-Man in both ways. By Peter Parker Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spider-Man. And I think in the other movies they were like the first ones they had a really good Peter Parker. Although I didn't really like him as Peter Parker, I actually liked him more as Spider-Man. But this is like the general consensus. And then in the other movies we had a very good Spider-Man, no doubt. But some say that his Peter Parker was a little bit too cool. But I think with what we saw in Civil War, he's going to be like the perfect blend of the two. So yeah, we need to have a really good Spider-Man. Okay, so one thing I think both like Spider-Man trilogies kind of lacked was good secondary characters. And I mean like secondary characters, you know, because especially the new ones, because he was only like his only relationships were like Aunt May and Gwen Stacy, basically. In the other Spider-Man trilogy, we actually had J. Jonah Jameson. To a lesser degree, we had like Betty Brant and Robbie Robertson, but they weren't really important. But I hope in this movie, although they're not going to be in the Daily Bugle, they're going to spend a lot of time in Midtown High, and they say they are going to be inspired by John Hughes, so I think they are going in a good direction. So yes, so and like actually have him like have a rapport with everyone, like having a cool relationship with Zendaya's character, which I hope is going to be Michelle. I did a video on that. I put the link below. And also like actually having relationships with the kids at the school, and not only with his like crush and with the other and with his bully. You know, I hope Flash Thompson is going to be cool actually in the movie. And yeah, basically having a very good secondary cast is important because that way you humanize the protagonist. So yeah, having a secondary cast that's very good is very important, and I hope it makes the movie great. Alright, so another thing I think is going to be very important for Spider-Man Homecoming success, so at least it was a really important part for the original Spider-Man comics, and it was like the reason why it felt different than the other comics at their time. And not only because he was like a teenager that was a superhero and wasn't a sidekick, it's very good character drama. Because one of the reasons that Spider-Man stood out is that he had very soap opera-ish moments, you know, like he was getting bullied, he had money problems, he had girlfriend problems, he had problems all around, you know, Parker like. So I think if they portray this good, they can have really good character moments, they can humanize the characters. It's very important. I actually have like said humanize the characters like 1 or 2 more times before in this video. It's very important to humanize the characters. And it actually, apart from the main problem that Spider-Man is going to have, which is going to be Vulture and the villains, it's going to create secondary conflicts, you know. And you could have like a theme of bullying and stuff and friendship and stuff and corny shit, you know. But basically it's important for him to have like problems I sound kind of sadistic saying that, but whatever. So yeah, it's very important to have like those kind of problems so you can see character growth later in the movies. So now you're just like planting a seed which you can later collect in like at the end of the trilogy. So yeah, personal growth is important, and that's why we need conflict and drama. So yeah, this is one that's very forgotten, and it shouldn't be, and that's very because it's very important, and that's tone. What's tone, you may ask? Tone is basically a feeling. Tone is a feeling that's produced by the scenes, by the action, by the actors, and by the music. It's very hard to define tone, and there are a lot of different definitions of tone. If you want to share your definition of tone, you are very welcome to do so in the comments. So yeah, so one of the reasons that The Amazing Spider-Man 2, although it's one of my favorite guilty pleasure movies, was kind of, people didn't really like it. It was because it was very different in tone to The Amazing Spider-Man 1, which had a little bit more of a Batman Begins, Iron Man 1 kind of feel. It was kind of more real, more like less superhero-y, more like, yo, just a man and I'm like a superhero at the same time. So yeah, tone is really important. Tone is really important because it can make or break a movie. Because if the tone is all over the place, you can like get lost, you can get bored, and then you're like, instead of watching the movie, you're actually playing with your phone to Slithery or whatever you're into playing. So yeah, tone is very important. I hope that it has like a consistent tone. I kind of hope that the tone is similar to the comics. I don't really care. I hope the tone is similar to Spectacular Spider-Man, but whatever. I only hope that the tone is like kind of playful, but at the same time it's kind of serious. At the same time, kind of like Ant-Man. I think that's a good tone. So yeah, tone is very important. Tone has to be consistent, and tone is cool. So respect tone. So yes, now the last one. It's really surprising that we are already in here. It's been an honor being with you till the end. With you till the end of the line, pal. I hope you got that reference. So yeah, this one is one that I'm kind of worried about. But if they are intelligent, they can make a good work with this. And this is having good villains, and their villains actually making sense, and the villains doing things that they should do. Like not out of character. And like one thing that I'm kind of worried about is that they are going to have three villains, and we know how that turned out to both franchises. so, yeah. So, what I think they should do is, I'm going to do another video on this, but I'm going to give my opinion here a little bit only. What I think they should do is like have Shocker as an introductionary character, kind of like Rhino was or Batroc was in their respective movies, although better because it's going to have Spider-Man and it's actually going to be funny and it's actually going to be fun and stuff. And that's the way that the movie starts. And then like the movie, and then after that, when they are finished, it's only going to be like 10 minutes or so. 5 minutes or so. The fight ends and then we start with Spider-Man going to school. So yeah, that's practically it. That's how you're going to see the Shocker. It's just going to be like an introductionary character. Then we have the Tinker, that's actually going to provide for either Shocker or Vulture or both. And he's just going to be he isn't even going to be a real villain. I mean, he's not going to be like being a real villain. He's going to be a a villain basically. He's just going to provide for them because that's what he's going to do. And then we're going to have Adrian Toomes, which I kind of hope that he's not going to have a personal connection to Peter Parker like all the other movies had. Like for example, Norman Osborn, best friend of Harry, best friend of Pete. So Norman Osborn, father of Harry, father of Peter. Then we have the Lizard, which is connected to basically everyone. He's connected to his parents, to Harvey because he worked for his father. To everyone he's connected. We have the Sandman, which was a really weak twist when they said that he was going to be the one that killed, Uncle Ben. And then we have like Electro, that was kind of Riddler, but he worked for Harry, and he worked with Gwen. And yeah, so basically, I don't really want them to have like a very deep personal connection. I just want them to be, one wants to rob banks, Spider-Man wants to stop him, then we have a conflict. And then, so if you want to create conflict between characters, they don't even need to know each other. You could be like, because if you're like trying to do something and someone's always in your way, if you want to rob a bank and someone's always in your way, that way you're going to create conflict either way. You don't need to know each other before he starts robbing banks. I don't know if they are going to, or I don't know if they are like going to go and try to do a version of the comic book counterpart of Vulture where he wants to assassinate Norman Osborn because he stole his design of the flight suit, which they could easily do considering that they're going to have Tony Stark just replace Osborn for Stark, and that's it. You have your movie. So yeah, I really, if you want to hear me more talking of this topic, you can go to my other video, which I will link below. And basically, that's it. That's it. That's my opinion in this. I hope that, to you, Marvel, I hope that I have helped you if you're actually listening to me. I don't think so. I don't know why would you like listen to me? I'm just like a poor man in a poor family, you know, like in Bohemian Rhapsody from Queen. So yeah, that was a lame joke, really lame joke. So yeah, so that's basically it. I hope this was entertaining for you. I hope you made it till the end of the line, pal. So yeah, so basically, this is the Nerd Corner, and I'm out. Or Daily Bugle. I don't know what I'm going to start calling myself now. So yeah, so basically, I'm out. I'm out. Yeah. Goodbye, my the Nerd Corner followers or whatever you are. Goodbye, my friend.